And this is my 1/3 scale DC / Berserk area. It's mostly 1/3 scale DC stuff. But then I kind of threw the Berserk at the end there since they're very large statues as well. And this space worked out well for it. And this is my 1/3 scale DC / Berserk area. It's mostly 1/3 scale DC stuff. But then I kind of threw the Berserk at the end there since they're very large statues as well. And this space worked out well for it. So let's quickly go and take a look at the Berserk area. So you see I have all of the books so far, at least the ones that have been released. Unfortunately, Kentaro Miura has passed away, but everyone's hoping that the line will be finished by his proteges. So we have, first of all, actually, let's go to the 1/3 scale guts, because this is the man. 1/3 scale Black Swordsman. I might end up selling this. I did from Todd at Spec Fiction. I picked up a 1/4 scale version of him with the kind of the more interesting base, because I just think it might fit with the collection more. But for now, I've got this, and I think it works as a centerpiece. I've done a review on him, so I won't go into him in too much detail, but he is pretty glorious. Again, mixed media capes, not a huge fan of, but this does work, and it's kind of fun to pose it in an interesting way. I think if you are a person who only needs one or only wants one Berserk piece, this is the one you have to pick up. It's very commanding and really impressive in person. But again, you know, the way I have it set up right now, it kind of works. He's the focal point and everything else is secondary. But I think as I start getting more, I have Casca coming, I have Slan coming, or Slan, however you say it. I have Skull Knight, I have Femto. So I think the more 1/4 scale ones I get, the more this will just kind of look a little bit odd. So I will probably end up selling them. If you're interested, let me know. And now we have another one of my favorite statues, Griffith, the EX version, the Prime 1 exclusive with the helmeted portrait. I don't know why, but in camera he always looks like he's a little bit bug-eyed, but he doesn't look like that in person. Something about the camera and the way it captures him. But beautiful portrait as Griffith should have, literally. Kind of looks a little bit feminine, but he's very graceful. And his birds around him, his hawks, as he's the leader of the band of the hawk. I think there's the band of the hawk logo there, and then we have this little add-on piece, the Baelit. Just a really beautiful piece. I mean, Griffith is a beautiful character, he's a beautiful man. At least he's supposed to be in the comics, and I think that they really captured that here. Next, we have the Berserker Armor version of Guts, and this is really cool too. This is the EX version that actually, the EX and the regular, really, the difference wasn't that big. I kind of hate it when studios do that and they don't really make much of a difference. Like, the only difference is that this portrait, it's a little bit more open and you can kind of see his face a little bit more, and that's really the only difference, which is kind of dumb. But anyways, it is the EX. It's got him, it's sort of a famous pose of him up on the cliff, holding the Dragon Slayer on his shoulder with his giant cape kind of blowing in the wind. Really, really cool. And then finally we have Human Form Zod, a really imposing piece. See, the problem, again, with having this 1/3 scale Guts is he's so big that Zod should really stand out. He should look like a giant, but he doesn't because he's next to a much bigger scaled Guts. Anyways, it's okay. All in time. Really gory base. He's sliced the head off a horse, and there's There's infantrymen or soldiers all crushed at his feet. Really cool, this little raven on the shield here. Mixed media in parts, but I think it works here. I don't think you'd be able to capture that sort of animal fur in any other format, so I don't mind the mixed media here. Giant axe, his blade, looks like he's been cutting heads off. Really ornate detail, and then that savage face of his. Very cool. And then I have the Battle for Doldry poster in the back there that's kind of hard to see now. But I love the Golden Age arc. That is my favorite arc. So I had to get a poster that sort of represented that before, at least most of it is before everything goes to shit. Because I liked Griffith as a character. I liked his dynamic with Guts before everything all went haywire. I like the rest of the story, of course, but that was my favorite bit. So there we have it, guys. Let's pull back out, do one final look of the whole area, and then we'll move on to a different room. Okay guys, so thank you so much for coming along on my collection tour. Really appreciate it. It means a lot to me to be able to share my collection with other people, so I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. There'll be lots more coming, and until next time guys, later.